Hello everybody, welcome back to the Mad World. Since we left off last time, I went down back into the mines, dug a lot of stuff and grind it all up, and I set up a little system for me to smell all the dust I created from there over grinder to get me a bunch of ingots. Now, since last time, I dug a lot more and I got basically a little bit more richer. I got a lot more force gems, I got a lot more redstone, iron, coal, etc. So right now we should be all good for ores and whatnot, and that monster somewhere out there needs to shut up. So I also dug out a big hole for a reason. Oh, bit of lag right there. But today I want to get into a mod called Dartcraft, and we're going to be needing some of this stuff. So first of all, in order to get Dart Iron, you're going to just take, oh, wrong button. You're just going to take some regular pieces of iron and just resmelt them. Oh no, a portal to the Nether has been created. That is from one of the meteors from the Meteors mod. Let's see. I don't see it nearby. Well, anyway. Oh, zoomed in. Well, anyway, we're going to need most of the stuff in here, and also I'll show you something cool that you can do with all the cobblestone. So first, I want to create some force ingots with the recipe I just had there. Then I want to break one of these down into force nuggets, and I want to craft something called a force rod. Now what this little item can do multiple things. It has very little durability from the little empty bar at the bottom. So we're going to try something a little bit different. Well, not really different, but we're going to use it as many times as we can. So first we're going to turn it into this yellow pretty tree that has become now a force sapling. We're going to take some bone meal, and hopefully this will be big enough for it to grow. Yes, it was. Alright, so let's vein mine everything here. Get some logs, and we'll plant a couple more. Ooh, that one was a big one. So in the meantime, Dartcraft is mainly about a bit like magical stuff, and it's a really cool mod to get into because you'll be able to fly. Yeah, able to fly, able to do a couple things. Oh, there we go. And it has many different kind of enchantments that we can put on tools that make everything much cooler. So we'll leave that there for it to grow. Alright, next thing that we should do, let's see. We should, one really cool thing I want to do right now is to get a force wrench. So let me see what that takes. Force wrench. Alright, we need a bunch of force ingots. We're going to need 7 in total. Stone gear. Alright, so... Wow, I'm running out of wood. Also, another thing I need to do out in the real world, I need to, 1, move out here, because this place is not very suitable for a home. And 2, I need to get a lot more resources. So, So, one thing that you could do with this cobblestone here is if you put it in a 9x9 area in the crafting bench or window, whatever, you'll get this compressed cobblestone. So, you can basically fit all of your cobblestone into a compressed cobblestone, and you can do this again with the compressed cobblestone. Blah, blah, blah. And that's what I basically did with all the cobblestone that I did while going down the mine over there. Another item that I crafted in the meantime between episodes is something called clipboard. It's just basically a crafting table that I can use on the go. So I don't have to constantly pick this up and then place it down and then use it, blah blah blah. So in the meantime, I'll just compress all this cobblestone into here. And a couple more interesting facts about the clipboard. You can use some of these things to do that. So you don't have to click and drag and make everything even the first time. Alright, and then down arrow to put everything back in here. So I will put all the cobblestone away. Let's see, we are going to need a stone gear. I just compressed everything, so there you go. I'll get some extra cobblestone. Let's turn this wooden gear into a stone gear, and then I'm going to need more force ingots. So in order to do that, or actually, I could just do this to get one more at least. I'm going to need a couple more. So let's get some more. I have 3 dart ingots. I'm going to need more. Let's see. I would say 8. I would say 6 would be good. I need to resmelt this. I'll just use this right here. I'll just get some. Nope, that's my food chest. I'll get some wood planks. Oh boy. This is going to be a really tough one. I really need to get back out there to get some stuff. Eventually, I want to move out of this place because 1, it's too small, and 2, it's just filled with those creatures up there. So, let's see. I got a bunch of silver, lead. Got silver in here. Got a bit more to go through. Huh. Stack. Alright, let's take all this out. Alright. So, right now, we should get some dart iron. Come on. Come on. Alright, we'll take 4 for now. And let us craft it into... Let's see, where's that stuff? Right here. Let's take 2 at a time. Just ignore the little truck outside. Alright, so let's see. We're going to need to turn this gear into a force gear. And then we're going to have to do this. Perfect, we got a force wrench now. Now, if you hold this in your hand, and if you press F, you get this little bar in here, and this is what you can feel it with. And well, actually, that's where you put the feel in, and you use force gems as feel. So, just put it in here, and you start getting liquid force. So it's the same thing that's inside this bucket right here. So that'll be full. Now, one really cool thing you can do with a force wrench: you look at this chest, you shift, and then you right click. And everything in that box is in here. You can see that everything's inside because it says 20 out of 27 slots. And then, boop, you can place it back right down with everything in there. So basically, I can move out with ease this time. So in the meantime, before I do that, let's fill up this bad boy so it doesn't break on us. Come on, there we go. It's got good durability now. Now, the next thing that I want to do, let's see, right. I want to take one of those enchanting tables that I have. Oop, bit of frame lag. Alright, so I want to take this enchantment table, and I think this is how you do it? Yep, you get a force infuser from Dartcraft, and what basically a force infuser does is it is this cool thing where you put all your tools that you make in Dartcraft. Come on. It's where you put all your stuff in Dartcraft, and this is where you put upgrades on the tools you make in Dartcraft. Now, I need something called a tome up here to get this started. So I think it was, let's see, a singular book and the rod? Yep, upgrade tome right here. 0 force points, next tier, oh boy, this is going to be a while. So, oh, that's right, I need power to this as well. Well, we will sort that out maybe next episode, maybe right now. Let's take a look. Oh wow, we're already running low on a lot of stuff, actually. Alright, so. Excuse me. Let's see. Appears to be a small fragment of force. I know what that is. Let's see. Alright, so with the force ingots, we're going to need even more. Let's see. We're going to need more of this. Alright, we got 3. The reason why I need these force logs and the force trees is I need to turn these force planks into force sticks. We need force sticks specifically for Dartcraft. So we're first going to make a force sword. Probably wasn't a good idea to make an iron sword in the meantime, but let's see. Power. Alright, so what we actually do is we put the force nugget in here along with the force sword, because I know that's a nugget, and it tells us a hint, and also a claw. I could probably put a claw on right now if I have one. Do I have a claw? Yes, I have a claw. Alright, so I'll put that in here. Now, the next thing, insufficient buildcraft energy. Buildcraft is just another mod that puts a bunch of engines in here, and one of it is in the system that it produces MJs or megajoules. Now, the next question is, how do I get power to this? Let's see. Um, engines, P-fired, redstone engine. That's not going to be enough. We could make a force engine, but that's going to take a lot more hold on. There was a specific one. Electronic, P-fired, time. No. There's a specific engine that I knew that we could use, but I know. Oh, instead of using an engine and having a boring little thing, I know how we can utilize all these pieces of food. So let's see. What do we need? We need, it's called a generator of some sort. It's called culinary generator. So first, we're going to need a survivalist generator, bit of cobblestone, furnace, redstone, and iron. Alright. I got that iron. I need a bit of cobblestone. Let's see, 5. Let's get 8 so I can make we'll use the 4 sticks for now. Shh, this is a big waste on 4 sticks, but we should be fine. Alright, so do that, do that. What was the recipe for that again? I need a furnace and I need 2 redstone. So get this redstone block, break it down back into 9 redstone dust. I put it there and there. And then where's that pick? I'll take this pick. I'll take this furnace. I'll use it. Ooh, I had some stuff in it. So put that in there. Put that in there. And furnace. And I have that. Next I need iron. Another furnace. That's weird. Alright. 2 of those. I hope. Alright, there's nothing in there. Well, there goes all my furnaces. And I need a bunch of iron. I need 5 iron. Get rid of that for now, because I know what the crafting recipe is. Now we have a culinary generator, and okay, I really need to discover where one of those crash sites of those meteors are, because really, I need to get to one of them. Alright, so culinary generator. What this thing does... Oh, wrong chest. If you take a bit of food, let's see. What are we not going to eat? We're not going to eat... I would say these garlic chickens. I will not eat all of them, so I'll take 9 of them. And if we stick them in here... Wow, that's a lot of power level, and that's a lot of time. And basically, they turn food into energy. Now, as you can see, there's a little build-up bar right here, so we got plenty of time. Now, in order to transfer this power, RF, into MJs, strangely, you need something called energy conduit. Energy... Huh. I know it's called leadstone. Let's see, where is it? Up, right here. Leadstone energy conduit. So we need a bit of glass, we need redstone, and then we need 2 bits of lead. So, let's see, I'm pretty sure, yep. Nope. I have 2 pieces of lead right there. Oh no. Do we have any glass? I'm sure we have some glass somewhere. Chiseled sand. Oh my god, I have a singular piece of sand, which is perfect. Alright, so I'll waste a bit of that. So in the meantime, that's cooking. What else do we need? We need a redstone. So break that up and do that. Alright. Got a singular piece of glass. And okay, we got that. Now we just put that in between, and that should be powering it. Perfect! It is. Now we can put some enchantments or these little weird things onto a force. Now, give it a second. Up, there we go. Magic little particle effects. Building up our. And now we got a special sword with damage and knockback. So there you go. Now, as every time that you do some enchantments on this, you get more experience on this. So as you can see, I got 55 points of experience from that. That's nice for just making the sword. So I will continue in this mod. I know this is how I can start flying. So our goal right now is we need to get a lot more force ingots. So let's cook a bunch of more iron up. And I guess I will leave it up till next time when I set everything up. So I will see you later.